Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog series. If you're new to our channel, we're a travel-loving family sharing our real-life adventures. In this series, I'll be sharing clips from my semi-solo adventure where I met up with some friends at Walt Disney World. I'll be sharing what it's like to do Disney without the kids, tips for adult trips, must-try snacks, and some new experiences to help you decide what to do on your next Disney World vacation. So whether you're planning a family trip, an adult-only getaway, or a quick Disney escape, this series is for you. Let's jump in. All right, good morning from Disney's Beach Club Resort. I am walking over to Hollywood Studios this morning. I slept in a little bit today, didn't totally want to rope drop. Our first lightning lanes aren't until about 10:30, so it's like 9:45 right now. So I slept in a little bit, did some work this morning, and then gonna head to the parks. But Lindsay already went over there, so she wanted to go rope drop a couple things. So she's there, so I'm gonna meet up with her in a little bit, but just wanted to give you a picture of this beautiful view over here from Beach Club, looking across the lake over to Boardwalk. And there's Yacht Club over there, Swan and Dolphin. Just a super pretty view. I love this sandy beach area too, right by Beach Club. There's some little like porch swings and Adirondack chairs and stuff, so people can just come out here and relax, watch the boats go by. So definitely a really cool feature about this resort. And there's lots of fun places to sit and relax and just have a really nice view. So we're gonna time it and see how long it actually takes me to walk over to Beach Club. So I'm gonna start my timer there and we'll see how long it takes. I haven't had breakfast yet either, so I'm probably gonna grab a Ronto wrap or something this morning before we start our lightning lanes. But our first one's Tower of Terror, so it's a little bit out of the way, but I might go get a Ronto wrap and then go over to Tower. So we shall see. But it's another beautiful day. I think today's supposed to be the warmest day that we have. Yesterday became really nice. It was chilly in the morning, but it became really nice, like in the upper 60s. And it almost felt hot with my sweatshirt on, but not quite. Today, it's supposed to be about 70. So I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts, because tomorrow I think it's gonna only be about 50 and Sunday is gonna be like 45. So they have a freeze warning in effect here for Friday, or maybe Friday night or Saturday into Sunday, maybe both days. I don't know, but you've already seen the resorts like covering up their flowers and stuff with protective things so that they don't kill all their flowers. But definitely a freeze warning in effect for Orlando, which happens, but not super, super common. So we'll see, but coming around this way to Boardwalk. Okay, so once you get over to kind of the Boardwalk area, if you're walking from Beach Club, or if you're staying at Boardwalk, you're gonna take the path that kind of goes, you have to go under the resort to the back where the pool area is, and then there's a path that follows along the river or whatever, waterway. And that's the path that will lead to Hollywood Studios. So you'll see we're coming up on that here, but this is kind of the back side of the Boardwalk Resort. And you can see there's our friendship boats. Those take you back and forth between Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Yacht and Beach Club and the Boardwalk, they're not the most efficient form of transportation, but they are a nice relaxing ride. If you're not in a hurry, you just kind of want a leisurely, way to get back and forth from the parks, then that's definitely an option for you. But just because they make multiple stops, they're not really the most efficient, in terms of you want to get to the park the fastest. But they're still a great option, another choice. If you're tired at the end of the night and you just don't want to walk, definitely been there. So. So far, it's been about 14 minutes. And I wouldn't say I'm walking at like a super fast pace, kind of a leisurely walk. So, although my family likes to tell me that I'm a fast walker, I don't know. I just walk at the pace I walk. But I don't feel like I'm going fast. But who knows? All right, there's our empty Skyliner. No gondolas, it looks so sad. But we're coming up on the security area here, and our time is 20 minutes. So not horrible, but at the end of the night, it could feel a little bit long if you've had a long day of walking in the park. So that's when the boat can be helpful. So we will probably gonna head over to Galaxy's Edge and get a Ronto wrap. So we'll probably see you there in just a minute. Okay, so here in the app is where you can mobile order. Highly recommend mobile ordering. So I'm gonna do it as I walk over, but like order food. And then I click my arrival window, which is now. And I'm gonna get the Ronto morning wrap. And I think I'm gonna get the drink because I do like the Tatooine Sunset drink. You guys gotta sit up. Oops, hold on. Except I accidentally clicked no. Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna say review order summary. Okay, and then here at the bottom is where I'm gonna use my Disney gift card. So you can say use a different payment method. And then I'm gonna say add a card. And I'm gonna say Disney gift card. And then here's where it shows that you can do like the scan barcode. So you don't have to actually physically enter in the number every time. So if you have one of those little wristlet cards, you can just scan it right here. So that makes it much easier to use throughout your trip instead of having to type in the gift card number or save the gift card number in notes and copy and paste. You can just scan it right here and it opens up your camera, then you can scan your gift card. So that's why I like to use those scan gift cards even all throughout my trip when I'm mobile ordering and at retail shops, the mobile checkout if you're in the retail shops. So, pro tip. So here's where they have some construction walls up because this is where they are building the Monsters Inc. door coaster. That's where Muppet Vision 3D used to be, but now they've closed that and they're retheming Rock and Roller Coaster to Muppets. But they're going to be building a, yeah, like I said, Monsters Inc. kind of door coaster, if you can imagine that scene from the movie. So I'm excited about that. I think that'll be really cool. But you know, we don't have any kind of opening date or anything like that for that yet. They're just starting construction on that now. But kind of cool. There's going to be a little Monsters Inc. land area there as well, I think, with a restaurant and just some other fun theming for that movie. So here we are coming into Galaxy's Edge. Gonna head over to Ronto Roasters and get my Ronto wrap. To the side. All right, got my Ronto wrap, so gonna try it. It's been a little while since I've had one, and then I also got the Tatooine Sunset, which is kind of just like a juice drink. It's not alcoholic or anything, but it's a mixture of some different juices, but it's really good. So we're gonna dig in. All right, we're coming up on Tower of Terror. That's our first lightning lane.
We're right at the entrance.
Currently it's a 65-minute wait, so I think our lightning lane will be well worth it instead of waiting an hour.
I think it was on the way up, baby.
Welcome
Hello.
to the Hollywood Tower.
Thank
Have
you.
you scan again inside the lobby.
Okay, so Lindsay, do you like Tower of Terror or Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout better?
Putting me on the spot
I know.
here.
I know. It's hard.
Like, Mission Breakout, just like a hair.
I think I agree. They're both good. I like that, you know, the Tower of Terror is the original, and I remember going on it when I was in middle school and just loving it. But I also really like Guardians in Disneyland,
Yeah.
and I think they did a really good job with it. So I know it's hard,
Yeah, I agree.
but that's the cool thing, is that we can kind of have both.
Yeah, true.
Just have to go to both parks. All right, so a little update. We rode Tower of Terror,
Yep.
which was good. And then after that, we did the Little Mermaid show. And then we had a lightning lane for Toy Story Mania, so we did that. And then we had a lightning lane for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and we just got off that. So done quite a bit in just a few hours. So we're coming into Toy Story Land right now, and I think we're gonna try, there's some new like pepperoni pizza spring rolls. So I'm curious to see if they're the same ones that are over in Magic Kingdom, or if they're different. Because at Magic Kingdom they have the cheeseburger ones and the pizza ones. So I'm curious to see if these are the same or different, but we're gonna try those out as a little snack. Okay, so this is a new little snack stand that opened up in Toy Story Land. So this is where, I mean, they just have things like popcorn, churros, Mickey ice cream, you know, things like that. But they also have the Pizza Planet spring rolls. So we're gonna compare. Okay, so we're gonna try our pizza spring rolls here. I feel like the sauce is different because it's not like normally a prepackaged sauce. It's in like a little cup. But we'll see.
Hot.
They are hot. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, right? Okay, I think those are different.
I mostly just got egg roll in the first bite.
Oh, really? So, I don't know, you can see in mine, you can actually see like slices of pepperoni and then cheese are separate, where I feel like the ones in Magic Kingdom I think are more mixed together. It's been a little bit since I've had those, but
I like these a lot.
They're good. Yeah. Solid. They're a little on the pricey side for a snack, so we split. I can't remember what kind of sauce. It's not. Is it a marinara sauce that's in Magic Kingdom? Okay, I can't remember.
It is, but I think it's like, it seems like it's homemade. Or maybe they have a jar of this stuff and just
Putting it in a little
yeah.
cup. Yeah, this is obviously like a prepackaged sauce. No. But something new over here in Toy Story Land.
I think it's a good addition.
Yeah. I kind of like that the cheese is not like too melty where it's like falling out of it. I've made these at home before because the kids like them. I like the cheeseburger ones and I've made those at home and I'll make these ones for the kids. But the cheese always ends up like
Oozing
just
out.
kind of a oozy, melty mess.
Yeah.
I mean, it still tastes good, but it just becomes messy. But this is like melted, kind of like the perfect amount. Lindsay and I just left Hollywood Studios. We opted to take the boat back and we stopped at Boardwalk and grabbed some lunch, and we're actually going to head over to the beach club pool. Probably not going to swim, or at least I'm not. I didn't even bring my bathing suit. But we're just going to maybe go lounge by the pool for a little bit because this is like the warmest and best day. So we did want to kind of sort of enjoy that since we were staying at Beach Club, at least to get a little bit of that benefit out of it. But just going to relax by the pool, take a break, have some food, and then we have some more lightning lanes that we stacked up as we were scanning into the ones this morning. So we have some of those booked for later this evening back at Hollywood Studios, so we'll probably go back a little later. But I don't know, I just like how convenient when you stay at Beach Club or Boardwalk, you just have a lot of food options close by, so you can kind of have a variety of things to choose from. But we'll show you around the pool probably a little later, but we're gonna go have some lunch. Okay, so I got the meatball sub from the Boardwalk Deli, came with potato chips. So we're just gonna sit by the pool and got a nice view over there and a nice shady spot. So sounds like a perfect afternoon to me. Okay, so I am going to show you a little bit of Stormalong Bay here at Beach Club. So Beach Club and Yacht Club share this pool area. So those are technically two separate resorts, but they're connected and they do share this pool. It is a very large pool. There's lots of different sections, lots of space to spread out, but just know that it is shared. So if you are staying at Yacht Club or Beach Club, you'll use this same pool. The biggest thing to know about this pool is that in order to gain access to it, you have to be staying at Yacht Club or Beach Club. That's pretty much the unwritten rule, you know, for most of the Disney resorts, but this one in particular, you'll actually get a wristband. So every day they'll change the color of the wristband and it says Stormalong Bay guest. You have to scan your magic band with the cast member when you enter in to the pool area and they will give you the wristband. So every person in your party has to be a guest. You can't bring guests from other resorts over, like they check everybody. So that is a big thing. And it's just because it is such a popular pool that they don't want it to become overcrowded with, you know, guests who aren't staying here, because then it makes it an unpleasant experience for the guests who paid to stay at this resort. So just know that. The other Disney properties, there are some that have require Magic Band access to be able to get in there. So they are checking to make sure that you're a guest there as well. You'll find that at Polynesian, again, some other resorts, but you're not gonna, they don't quite have as strict of a policy with, the wristband situation. You're supposed to still pretty much stay at the pool that you're, at, that you're staying at. So you're not really supposed to pool hop, but I know some people probably do it, and sometimes you can check with the front desk and ask them, and they'll, offer a day pass or something like that at some of the other resorts. But Stormalong Bay, definitely not going to happen there. So I'm going to show you around a little bit. So first, we're kind of up on this upper section just to kind of give you a bird's eye view of everything. But down right here, you'll see the lazy river, and they've got tubes and stuff. The lazy river in some portions of this does get pretty deep to about 7 feet, maybe even 8 feet. So, some other portions are lower, around 4 feet, 5 feet, but it does scale around and get up to 8 feet over there. So just something to be aware of if you have littles. That part can, get fairly deep. There is off in the distance over there, kind of a zero entry, kiddie pool area that's really shallow, so great for littles. They have the sandy beach area over there as well, kind of off, getting close to where the cabanas are. So that's great for kids to play, dig in the sand. A nice spot to actually play you're on the beach. Speaking of sand as well, this is a sand bottom pool. So the bottom of the pool is actually filled with sand. It's not like your normal, pool floor. On top of it, there's sand. So it makes it feel like you're really at the beach. We have our beautiful windmill there. And then coming over here, there's some waterfall features, bridges that you can swim under. This is kind of the more lively section of the pool where there's this kind of net situation. Sometimes they'll have different things, but you can, play the ball back and forth. Just lots of places for kids to kind of swim around and that kind of thing. Up on this upper deck too, there's a lot of seating and chairs. So this is a nice place to come up and relax up on the upper deck. And then coming around here, you'll see where the slide dumps out, it's right over there. The slide is actually a very long slide. So it starts in that pirate ship, kind of, well, I guess it's not a pirate ship, but just a ship over there. And so it starts way up at the top of that. So you have to climb a spiral staircase all the way up. And then you'll go down this really long slide that then dumps out in the bottom. The biggest thing to note with the slide is that you do have to actually exit the pool area and kind of walk across the walkway to access where the stairs are to go up that slide. So for some of you with littles, maybe that you don't feel comfortable with them actually exiting the pool area, you just might want to be aware of that. So, you know, make sure that you're comfortable with your kids doing that, or that you go with them, you know, if they're going to be wanting to do the slide. So this pool area is really large. You know, again, it's accommodating 2 resorts, so, you know, it needs to be larger, but it does have quite a bit of space, lots of lounge chairs. There's also the Beaches and Cream to go window over there, so you can get ice cream to go. There's also the pool bar Hurricane Hannah's, which is just right down here. And then there's also cabanas you can rent as well, so you can see them across the way. You can only, again, rent those if you're staying here at the resort, but those are available, like they have them at Grand Floridian, Contemporary as well. So just a little kind of mini tour of the beach club pool. But certainly if you have any questions, let me know. But it's definitely a really solid pool on property. We love it here. It's definitely one of our top favorite resorts for us. And my kids really, really love this pool. So definitely a good one. Not gonna get in it today, but maybe when it's a little warmer. Hey everyone. So, you know, Lindsay and I enjoyed kind of our time relaxing by the pool this afternoon. And then we actually ended up just kind of walking into Hollywood Studios, but just ended up walking around and, you know, not really doing a whole lot. We just kind of met up with some friends and hung out for a bit. And then we actually all went over to Wilderness Lodge, and we got some dinner over at Geyser Point, which is one of the lounges over there. So we just kind of met up with some other friends and hung out there for a while. So we, you know, ended up not really filming a whole lot of that, but today we are just kind of going to call it a night for the rest of the evening. And we're planning to rope drop Epcot tomorrow. We want to try to ride Guardians first thing in the morning and Test Track, which is sort of new. It's at least reopened last summer with the retheme. So I haven't had a chance to ride that yet. So we're going to try that and just do some more Festival of the Arts stuff at Epcot. And then we have some more other things planned for tomorrow afternoon. So we will see how that goes, but just appreciate everyone watching and following along. So be sure to like, subscribe, and just follow along on the channel. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow along for more Carter Family Travels.